Good morning. Thanks for joining the Daily Rundown. I'm Kara Rucker. Top stories on this Thursday. The rail company involved in last month's 2 Ohio train derailments will face questioning in a Senate hearing this morning. And President Biden will be unveiling his proposed budget today. But first, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has been hospitalized after falling at a hotel late Wednesday. This is Straight Arrow News, unbiased, straight facts. Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky is in the hospital this morning receiving treatment after falling at a Washington hotel during a private dinner, according to his spokesperson. There are limited details right now on his recovery. McConnell is 81 years old, serving his 7th six-year term in the Senate, first elected in 1984. McConnell is one of the most powerful lawmakers in Washington, serving as Senate Majority Leader from 2015 to 2021 and serving as the Senate Minority Leader since. President Biden will be in Philadelphia today to unveil his budget proposal aimed to cut deficits by $3 trillion over the next decade, according to the White House. Part of the plan is to increase the Medicare payroll tax on people making more than $400,000 a year and impose a tax on the holdings of billionaires. While the president plans to generate money through increased taxes on the wealthy, he is looking to also expand and secure Medicare and Social Security long term.
The president does not believe in trickle-down economics. This is something that he's talked about even during the State of the Union, where we know it doesn't work. So the president has rejiggered that thinking and wants to build an economy that matters for everyone.
The budget proposal will be released in full today. It comes at a time the U.S. has reached its debt limit, and Republicans and Democrats are at odds on raising the ceiling and spending cuts. By this summer, the U.S. could exhaust emergency measures currently in place, keeping Washington running.
We want to see accountability rendered in this case. It is important to us that justice is done for the deaths of these 2 Americans, for the abduction of these 4 Americans, and we don't want to do or say anything that could stand in the way of that accountability.
The White House says they are working with Mexican authorities to track down the people responsible for ambushing 4 Americans who crossed into Mexico through the city Matamoros. So far, 1 person has been arrested in the kidnapping and killing. The bodies of 2 Americans killed are expected to be returned to the U.S. today. Mexico's president blames the Gulf cartel for what he believes may have been a deadly case of mistaken identity. The president saying the Americans were caught in the middle of what was a shootout between rival cartels. Happening today, the CEO of Norfolk Southern will be testifying in a Senate hearing today. Senators are expected to press the rail company on its role in 2 derailments in Ohio, one in East Palestine that resulted in a toxic chemical release, and a second derailment in Ohio that occurred this same month. CEO Alan Shaw is expected to make an apology at today's hearing and also offer tens of millions of dollars to help in recovery efforts. The company has announced voluntary safety upgrades following the derailment that could have resulted in an explosion if officials did not initiate the toxic chemical release. But the senators are expected to ask the company to do more and thoroughly lay out safety plans as the transportation sector is under a microscope after several high-profile derailments. Members of the House and their staff have been told their sensitive personal information was exposed and some of it being sold for purchase on the dark web after DC HealthLink, the health insurance marketplace for Washington, was hacked. The data breach was reported on Wednesday. The size and the scope is unknown. The FBI said the individuals online selling the stolen information don't seem to realize the high level of sensitivity of the stolen data, making them believe elected officials were not targeted in the breach. DC HealthLink is providing impacted customers identity and credit monitoring services. Apparently, climate change currently creating warmer temps in the Arctic pose a whole other type of danger you might not be aware of. Viruses once frozen in permafrost for nearly 50,000 years are still alive, according to a set of scientists. They have reportedly revived what they call zombie viruses that lived among animals and humans thousands of years ago. They find frozen over viruses and experimented whether they are still infectious. And while it sounds like the latest sci-fi movie plot, the scientists say their research is indicative of a big problem, that ancient viruses frozen over can come back to life. These are your top headlines on this Thursday morning. Thanks for watching the Daily Rundown with Straight Arrow News. We're on a mission to bring back trustworthy journalism by only serving you, not an agenda. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.